Running a small business is hard. Profit margins are tight and trusted staff mean everything. So when Danielle left Patrick Dawes in charge of her chicken shop and he allegedly stuck his hand straight in the till, she paid a terrible price. Then we got on the case and tracked him down.
How would you describe Patrick Dawes now?
A horrible piece of work, really. Deceitful, lying, conniving.
Patrick, have you got anything to say to Danielle?
No, mate.
After stealing all that money from her? What sort of person does that, Patrick?
You're not buying those excuses anymore or those apologies.
No, he's just a piece of work.
You left her in a world of pain, mate. Who does that? Come back to face the music now?
He's the Red Rooster manager called Red Handed who's finally had his wings clipped.
Devastating. It's something that I never believed would happen to me.
Before his arrest, Patrick Dawes had been on the run from police for 13 months, living it up in Perth, while Danielle Beltramelli, his old boss in Townsville on the other side of the country, struggles with the debt he left behind.
But it's heartbreaking. And I don't want anyone else to go through this. It's, put such a strain on our finances, on our marriage, on our family.
Danielle had successfully run this business for 4 years when she hired Patrick Dawes as a manager.
He was such a nice guy. He fooled us, fooled everybody. Customers loved him, staff loved him. It was just,
Danielle so trusted Patrick Dawes that when she went on holidays 2 years ago for 2 weeks, she left him in charge. It was when she came back that she started to become suspicious. It seemed not all the takings that should have been in the bank had actually been banked. So she questioned Patrick about it and he denied doing anything wrong. It was then she started to check the CCTV.
My heart sank. I felt stupid, really stupid.
There it was, multiple times, Patrick taking her cash and putting it in his bag to take home. And the bizarre thing here is, Danielle, he must have known there were cameras.
Yeah, they're right beside him. He can see himself stealing from me.
On the monitor?
Yeah.
Staggering.
Stupid.
Yeah, he was either very stupid or very desperate.
Yeah.
On several occasions, he's caught on video apparently putting cash in his satchel, while at the other end of the desk is the monitor showing the view from 9 security cameras, one of them directly above him.
He's come into the store early, so then he's the only person in the store, because normally we have 2 people in there at all times.
Mm-hmm. Here, Patrick takes the bank bags with the takings out of the safe.
And then he sprawls them all out. Just must be counting how much he's got, I suppose.
And then puts those bank bags back in his bag and takes it home.
And all of those bank bags are marked with an identification, and all of those bank bags were found in his satchel at his house by the police, empty.
Here he's taking cash out of the till.
He would process a refund, which is what he's doing now, taking the money out and putting it straight in his satchel. And staff didn't pick up on that because they just thought he was doing the usual till skims. So if there's some $100s and $50 notes in there, we skim the tills just to keep the money down for safety reasons.
Danielle claims he would make fake cash refunds for customers. She even alleges he took money from a charity tin on the counter.
We had a charity tin for buy a bale for the farmers. Yeah, he stole the money out of that as well.
Serious?
Yeah, there was $400 in there. So technically he stole from our farmers.
For several days, Patrick Dawes denied everything. Then he sent Danielle this email confessing to stealing from her. In it he says, "I accept full responsibility for the missing bank bags. I've lied multiple times and covered lies with other lies. And this, I will accept if you still wish to take this to the police, and I'll cooperate fully with them."
Started going through everything, all of my bank accounts, all of the CCTV footage, all of the refunds, anything that was a bit abnormal. And it just started adding up and adding up and adding up until it got to like over $25,000 that he'd stolen from us.
Heartbreaking.
I didn't know how I was going to pay my staff. I didn't pay myself for months. I had to max out credit cards. It was just trying to get money from wherever I possibly can. I borrowed some from my parents. It was just, yeah, really hard.
Patrick Dawes promised to pay back the cash. He made one payment of $4,000 and then just as he was about to appear in court, he skipped town and the state. While Danielle battled to save her business, he lived it up in Perth. Here are social media snaps of him watching the cricket and the sunset over the ocean. And of course this was a year ago he skipped town. Do you feel like you've got justice?
No, not at all. And that's why I contacted you guys, because I want him to be found and I want people to know what he's done, and I don't want anyone else to go through this.
Just recently, we noticed photos of Patrick in the jaws of a dinosaur in outback Queensland, and then the family pet in his parents' garden in Charters Towers, west of Townsville. So we watched, and sure enough, there he was on the phone, and then jumping in a car as he headed uptown. So we called police. We're actually following this person as we speak in a car in the centre of Charters Towers. If I give you his name, you may be able to confirm.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
His name is Patrick Sidney Dawes, D-A-W-E-S.
D-A-W-E-S, Patrick Sidney.
We follow until he stops in the main street and gets out. So after a year of hiding out from the police, we've caught up with Patrick Dawes here in Charters Towers, where he was staying at his parents' place. We followed him uptown. He's just gone in to have a haircut and the police are on their way. Police arrive, start questioning him mid-haircut before taking him into a back room where he's arrested and finally taken to the police wagon outside. Patrick, have you got anything to say to Danielle?
No, mate.
After stealing all that money from her? What sort of person does that, Patrick? This is the ultimate betrayal.
Yeah, honestly, I felt sick. I felt sick when I watched the footage.
Thanks to the information you guys brought to us today, we were able to locate him, and he's now in custody.
Acting Senior Sergeant Doug Cookamore. Danielle in Townsville will be very grateful that the police have him finally under lock.
Yeah, no, and she should be thankful to you guys too. It definitely, hopefully, I should say, hopefully not definitely, but it should bring some closure.
In his confession email to Danielle, Dawes says, "All I want is to say that I'm sorry, but it's just a word and like excuses, it is irrelevant."
Everybody seemed to trust him. He just was that kind of person.
After appearing in court, Patrick Dawes was released on strict bail conditions. He'll be back next month.